I am Dr. Natalie Harmon. For over 20 years, I have been working in the fields of neurology and internal medicine, dealing with the health problems of individuals over 60 every single day. Let me tell you this: most of the patients who come to my clinic arrive with a similar complaint. Doctor, I am getting enough sleep, but every morning when I wake up, I feel as though I never slept at all. The tiredness just never goes away. I hear this so often that I no longer see it as a natural part of aging. I see it as an important message your body is sending you. Because morning fatigue is usually a symptom, a warning sign. And behind it lies a cause that can be treated or even completely eliminated. In this video, I am going to explain the real reasons why you wake up exhausted every morning after 60, and the steps you can take starting today to fix it. Watch until the end, because the seventh reason is the most unexpected finding in all of the research and something many doctors overlook. First, let us understand this: it is not normal. Feeling a little less energetic as you age is normal. But struggling to get out of bed every morning, feeling constantly tired throughout the day, and feeling drained without doing anything, that is not normal. Making this distinction clearly is extremely important. Because when many older adults go to the doctor with this complaint, they hear, "You are getting older, this is normal." But that answer is wrong. And this wrong answer causes treatable conditions to be ignored for years. Now let us get to the real causes. Reason 1: sleep quality problem. It is not your sleep duration, it is your sleep quality that is the problem. This is the most common and most frequently overlooked reason. Most people think, I slept 8 hours, that is enough. But sleep quality is just as important as sleep duration. Sleep consists of 4 stages, and the most critical of these is the deep sleep stage. Growth hormone is released, tissues are repaired, the immune system is strengthened, and the brain is renewed. After the age of 60, transitioning into the deep sleep stage becomes more difficult. Light sleep periods now last longer. So you may have spent 8 hours in bed, but most of it was shallow sleep. Your body is not truly resting. How do you recognize this? Waking up with a heavy head in the morning, waking up frequently during the night, feeling as though you did not dream, and suddenly feeling the urge to sleep during the day. To improve deep sleep quality, keep your bedroom temperature between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. Avoid eating for 2 hours before bed. Have your magnesium levels checked. It is vitally important for deep sleep. Set a consistent sleep schedule and do not break it even on weekends. Are you experiencing these symptoms? Write you one in the comments. Reason 2: thyroid insufficiency, the most frequently missed diagnosis. Over the years in my clinic, I have seen hundreds of patients who lived with fatigue for years before it was finally discovered that they had a thyroid problem. The thyroid gland is the main control center that regulates your body's metabolism. When thyroid hormones drop, meaning hypothyroidism develops, every system in the body slows down. Fatigue, difficulty getting up in the mornings, sensitivity to cold, weight gain, hair loss, constipation, and slow thinking are all symptoms of this insufficiency. I want to emphasize in particular, thyroid problems are extremely common in women over 60. It is estimated that approximately 15% of women in this age group have thyroid insufficiency. But the majority have not yet been diagnosed. Why? Because the symptoms are confused with aging. If you are constantly tired and the cause cannot be found, make sure to have your thyroid hormone tests done. Learn your TSH, free T3, and free T4 values. Looking only at TSH is not sufficient. Reason 3: iron deficiency anemia, the silent energy thief. Iron is an essential element for the blood's oxygen carrying capacity. In iron deficiency, red blood cells cannot carry enough oxygen. Tissues and organs that cannot receive oxygen cannot produce energy. The result: constant fatigue, morning exhaustion, shortness of breath, and dizziness. Iron deficiency is commonly seen in individuals over 60 for various reasons. Decreased intestinal absorption, hidden bleeding caused by regular aspirin or painkiller use, and insufficient meat consumption are the main causes. An important point: before taking iron supplements, always get tested first. Because in some people, excess iron accumulation can also cause similar symptoms, and in that case iron supplements can be harmful. Have a complete blood count and your ferritin level measured. Ferritin is the most reliable test showing your body's iron stores. Reason 4: Vitamin B12 deficiency, the fuel of the nervous system. Vitamin B12 deficiency is an extremely common yet very rarely recognized condition in those over 60. Why is it seen so frequently in this age group? Because stomach acid is needed for B12 absorption. And stomach acid production decreases with age. Additionally, stomach-protecting medications, diabetes medications such as metformin, and some blood pressure medications significantly reduce B12 absorption. B12 deficiency causes fatigue, exhaustion, difficulty concentrating, tingling, numbness, and balance problems. When it continues for a long time, there is a high probability that nerve damage becomes irreversible. The critical point to emphasize here is this: the symptoms of B12 deficiency develop very slowly. They may go unnoticed for years. I strongly recommend that all patients who regularly take medication, especially stomach protectors or metformin, have their B12 level checked once a year. Reason 5: Sleep apnea. You are suffocating without knowing it. This reason surprises many people. Sleep apnea is a serious sleep disorder characterized by breathing repeatedly, stopping and restarting during sleep, and it is extremely common in those over 60. The problem is this: the vast majority of individuals with sleep apnea are not aware of it. Since our consciousness is closed during sleep, we cannot feel our breathing stopping. The most important warning signs of sleep apnea: loud snoring, waking up with a headache in the morning, excessive sleepiness during the day, getting up frequently at night to urinate, and waking up with a dry mouth in the morning. Most importantly, having the person sleeping beside you say, "Your breathing stopped during sleep." Sleep apnea does not just cause fatigue, it also leads to high blood pressure, heart rhythm disorders, increased stroke risk, and cognitive decline. If you suspect this, please consult a sleep clinic. Reason 6: Chronic low-level inflammation, the hidden fire. After passing the age of 60, the immune system can enter a state of constant activation. This is like the body being in a constant state of low-level combat. And this constant activation consumes energy production to a great extent. Chronic inflammation manifests as fatigue, morning stiffness, joint pain, difficulty concentrating, and general exhaustion. You can have tests such as CRP, C-reactive protein, and IL-6 done to check inflammation markers. Nutrition is extremely important for reducing inflammation. Sugar, refined carbohydrates, and processed foods increase inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids, turmeric, ginger, and leafy green vegetables are foods that reduce inflammation. Regular moderate-intensity exercise is also one of the most effective methods for lowering inflammation. However, excessively intense exercise can unfortunately increase inflammation. Finding the right balance is important. Reason 7: Cortisol rhythm disruption. Your body's internal clock has gone off track. And here is perhaps the most unexpected finding in all of the research. Cortisol is not just a stress hormone, it is also your wakefulness and energy hormone. A healthy cortisol rhythm should look like this: when you wake up in the morning, cortisol reaches its peak, keeping you awake and alert. It gradually decreases throughout the day. And before you fall asleep at night, it reaches its lowest level. But after the age of 60, this rhythm can become disrupted. Cortisol does not rise sufficiently in the morning, and at night completely the opposite, it stays high. The result: you wake up tired and sluggish in the morning. And at night you cannot fall asleep. What causes this rhythm disruption? Chronic stress, irregular sleep schedules, not being exposed to morning sunlight, excessive dependence on sugar and caffeine. For a solution, get 10 to 15 minutes of natural sunlight immediately after waking up. This is the most natural and most effective way to reset your cortisol rhythm. Drink a glass of water before your morning coffee. Set regular sleep and wake times. Reason 8: Vitamin D deficiency, the sun's medicine. Vitamin D deficiency is one of the most commonly seen vitamin deficiencies worldwide. And this risk increases in those over 60. Why? Because as age progresses, the skin's capacity to produce vitamin D decreases. We spend less time outdoors. And the kidney's ability to convert vitamin D into its active form weakens. Vitamin D deficiency causes fatigue, muscle weakness, bone pain, depression, and immune system weakness. Research shows that individuals with low vitamin D levels have far more widespread complaints of morning fatigue and general low energy. Have your level checked with a 25OH vitamin D test. The optimal range should be between 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter. In many older adults, this value comes out below 20. Sunlight is the best source. But after the age of 60, taking supplements is often also necessary to reach adequate levels. Speak with your doctor. Reason 9: Insufficient hydration, the easiest and most overlooked reason. Is it possible for something this simple to make such a big difference? Yes, it is. After the age of 60, the sense of thirst decreases, meaning your body no longer sends as strong a signal when it needs water. For this reason, many older adults experience chronic mild dehydration without being aware of it. First thing in the morning, before coffee, drink a large glass of water. Even this single habit can create a significant difference in your morning energy level. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water per day. Your urine should be light yellow. If it is dark yellow or orange, there is dehydration. Reason 10: Depression and anxiety, the silent burden that drains the body. Finally, and perhaps the most important reason. After the age of 60, depression is extremely common. But unfortunately, it is a very rarely recognized condition. In older adults, depression may not manifest itself through classic sadness and crying episodes. Instead, the following symptoms may come to the forefront: constant fatigue, not having the strength to get out of bed in the morning, being unable to enjoy life. If you are not finding joy in life, if you are struggling to get out of bed in the mornings, and if this feeling has been going on for more than 2 weeks, please speak with a specialist. This is not a weakness. This is a biological condition. And there is a solution for it. Write D1 in the comments. Would you like me to make more videos on this topic? So what should you do? Now let us move on to practical steps. First, do this: have the following tests done and learn your results. Complete blood count. Thyroid hormones: TSH, free T3, free T4. Vitamin B12. Vitamin D25OH. Ferritin and iron values. CRP and sedimentation rate, inflammation markers. Fasting blood sugar and HbA1c. Most of these tests can be done with a routine blood panel. But you need to make sure you specifically request them. Ask your doctor for all of these tests. Habits you can implement starting today: step outside into sunlight immediately after waking up, for 10 to 15 minutes. Drink a large glass of water before your coffee. Set your sleep and wake times clearly and do not allow them to be disrupted even on weekends. Take at least 20 to 30 minutes of moderate intensity walks every day. Reduce sugar and refined carbohydrates. Keep your social connections alive. Waking up tired in the morning is not your destiny. Your body is trying to tell you something. And listening to that message, understanding it, and taking action is entirely within your hands. The fatigue you have been living with for years by saying, "I am aging, this is normal," may in fact be a sign of a treatable condition. The right diagnosis combined with the right steps can radically change your quality of life. Which of the symptoms I mentioned in this video are you experiencing? Let me know in the comments. I read every single comment and do my best to respond. Share this knowledge with someone over 60 in your life. Because knowing that there is a treatable cause behind morning fatigue could change someone's life. Do not forget to like and subscribe. I will continue sharing scientifically supported health strategies for people over 60 every single week. I am Dr. Natalie Harmon. Stay strong, stay aware, and listen to your body. See you in the next video.